Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. The Phillies finished a tough road trip, finishing 2-4 against the Rockies and Giants. They maintain their 6-game lead on the Braves, however. Should Taijuan Walker lose his spot in the rotation? Eagles OTAs continue. Flyers fans are still waiting for a conclusion to the Michkov rumors. The Sixers offseason speculation continues. Reports are that Daryl Morey is in on just about everybody. All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good. I mean, it's been a beautiful week, I will say, this week in terms of weather-wise. Not to do my normal weather report, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to detract from that when it's been so beautiful out the last couple of days. You get home from work, you leave to go to work, it's like kind of cool out, so it feels good. You come home, sit outside, have a little beer, nice little breeze going. The sun feels good, but it's not too hot yet because June's around the corner, and June's been pretty pleasant so far the last couple of years, but the heat's right around the corner, so I'm just trying to soak it up as much as possible as I can. But yeah, can't complain. Had a good Memorial Day weekend. Couldn't beat that. So that was a nice fun time with the family. Went up camping, did some things, had some fires, drank some beers on the campfire, some whiskey, some cigars. Won bingo twice. So
what'd you win?
One bingo?
Yeah, man, won like $20.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
that's
man.
nothing to sneeze at.
$2 a card, so I spent $8, so I won $12, I guess, in total. But felt good.
Let me get $5.
Let me get my $5.
Let me get $5. Let me get $5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, this weather has been pleasant. Picked up the allergies back up though. It's been cold.
I got them.
It's been windy.
Mm-hmm.
I can see all the pollen in my backyard. Still got to get the power washer off Kelly. Shout out Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to wear the glasses today, man. My eyes are all jacked up. They're all itchy, and they were red earlier. I was grilling some chicken in the backyard, sneezing my head off. Damn. This is not pretty.
Oh, it is good grill. We just grilled up some steaks last night too. It felt nice to be out. I mean, it rained for a minute, but by the time we got back from the dealership, it wasn't raining anymore, so it was fine that way. So it's nice to just get the grill back going up,
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't grilled yet. I gotta get the grill, get the smoker going.
It was a shame too, because like Memorial Day, Monday, it sucked. I guess we were all both out of town to be able to smell the grills going, but we smelled one grill Monday.
Couldn't smell anything. I wanted to grill Monday, but I couldn't because it rained all day.
Out. Yeah, it rained all, which was good. The plants were happy. But
I wasn't.
Well, you're not a plant, but
yeah, you gotta be more like a plant.
Mm-hmm.
And what, just eat sunlight?
Yeah, you gotta just
eat sunlight and drink water.
Soak up that vitamin D, baby.
I'm out.
Yeah, plants can't drink beer.
Drinking water, I'm out.
Yeah,
can't do it.
Plants can't drink beer. They can't walk. They can't drive. They can't talk.
There's one animal out there that drinks like, I don't know, a cup of water a year. That's my spirit animal. It lives its whole year not having to drink water.
It was like
It's some kind of like alpaca or some kind of weird little deer. No, it's like a little deer thing, like a gazelle or some shit like that. But it's not a gazelle. It's like I don't know what the name of it is, but it looks like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's up my alley. I feel like what I would be as an animal. Who am I kidding? I ain't gonna be no lion or tiger. I'm a finesse animal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of animal I would be.
I guess you'd be an owl.
Nah, I'm not that wise. Owl. I'm not that aerodynamic either.
Owls are. You ever seen
maybe a bear?
Nah, I'm not that. I would probably be like a boar.
A boar?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta watch out for those people with the AR-15s, man. They'll come at you.
You got that little anger in you that way too. You get the little.
I can be. You see me after I get good and liquored up.
That's true.
You've seen it before.
Yeah, man. Boars get nasty.
Yeah.
Boars get nasty.
Yeah.
Or like a groundhog. I could be a groundhog. But I'm not. Nah, I'm a docile animal.
See the boars coming around. You gotta do some of this.
Hey, you ain't coming for me with that. We in Texas. AR-15s aren't legal here.
I'd be out there, zoom, zing. You know what I mean? They plop around. They run like, they bounce.
What, if you're a groundhog?
Nah, if I'm a gazelle.
Oh.
I'm out. You wouldn't even be able to catch my ass. I'm out.
Yeah. Nick wouldn't be able to get you either.
Nah,
well, he can't even get a squirrel.
He can get a squirrel, a rabbit.
Squirrels,
Nick,
rabbits.
we know you're listening. You ain't killing nothing, man.
As long as we don't come back as a fish.
Yeah.
And even that is a little... No, I'm kidding.
Nick's coming for us. Trevor, what would you be?
I don't know. Maybe like a... I think I could maybe make it as a penguin or maybe a sloth. I think sloths are nice.
Do you like the cold?
I mean, not particularly. Maybe I could be one of those sun penguins, those like
The South African penguins. Yeah.
Okay.
Chilling.
Yeah.
One of those penguins that just chill on the beach and sip margs,
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like to be a bird, one of the only birds that can't fly, though.
Yeah.
Penguins are cool, though. They got other bonuses. They can swim.
Yeah.
Not every bird can swim.
I don't want to be the swimming penguin that swims where great whites like to breed and live.
Do they breed in South Africa?
I mean, I feel like that.
I guess they're probably all over the place.
They're all down there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like
everywhere.
the mecca of great whites.
Okay.
You're a little your little penguin hanging out. Next thing you know, bam, you get snatched
Yeah,
up.
they'll get you.
You can't really squat up like a dolphin. You ain't no penguin coming to your safety. You're done.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't really gang up like that.
Yeah.
But that's on you.
Yeah. Dude, what was driving me crazy is I feel like I've been meaning to talk about this, but I always forget to bring it up. Is the drugstore, how they have everything locked up now?
Oh my god,
the absolute worst.
Deodorant.
yeah,
like everything.
Yeah.
And I've been. I don't want to. I already feel like I order too much shit online, and I don't want to be a guy who is like getting his toothpaste delivered to his house. But I'm getting there, man. It's like. Dude, this is the craziest thing. So, the other day I had to go buy like, just like shampoo and body wash or whatever. And I usually go to the Rite Aid on Broad.
Oh,
yeah,
it's brutal there.
Broad's right. And the Rite Aids are all going bankrupt or whatever. So they just got nothing. So I go in there, like half the shelves are empty. I'm just like, all right, fuck this. So I go to the Walgreens, the fucking shitty ass Walgreens across the street.
I hate that Walgreens.
And dude, this is like the normal inconvenience of the case thing is even stepped up further there. Because this is what it is. You like hit the bell or whatever, and not a regular employee comes help you. The like security guy comes and helps you, and and like I gotta tell him like, yeah, I want that, and I'm waiting for him to hand it to him, and he's like, nah, I gotta keep this. And I'm just like, what? Like, he's like, I gotta like walk it up for you. I was like, all right. So, and I needed something else. So like at this point, it's like you pretty much
shopping with the
the security guard becomes your little shopping buddy. And it's like like a drugstore. Sometimes you gotta buy some shit, and it's like
I need to get the condoms too.
Yeah, I was like, I need the big ones, those huge condoms there, please. But yeah, and so I get this shit, and he just like walks it, and he just like escorts me to the cashier like I'm some fucking criminal. It is insane.
We even tried to walk. One day we just made coffees up in our mug and walked all the way to the CVS. At Broad, right before you get to like the Novacare complex, they're like, all right, maybe like they don't have the little locks on that. Nope, they got them there too. But when you hit the button, it is a little more gentle experience. But when I do open them up, I get like 4 deodorants. I'm like, well, I don't want to have to come back anytime soon. Because like you go to the one at Rite Aid and you hit the button, and one time I don't know if I was sick or Hannah was sick or we both were sick, but we all needed NyQuil and DayQuil. So I was like, I just need the big ones so we have them for like a while. Nobody came to help me, so I go to the front desk thing. Nobody's in line. I'm like, dude, can you just like come with me real quick to unlock this thing? He's like, well, what if someone tries to check out? I'm like, I don't know, but like no one else is in here, man. Like it'll take 2 minutes. Like, give me the keys. Like you're all right. He's like, I can't leave my spot. So I sat there staring at him for 25 minutes went by.
For real?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we could have walked there, unlocked that thing, came here, checked out, and left, and you still would have been sitting here empty.
That's horrible.
So then you had to call up the other guy who was like, oh, he's on his break. I'm like, oh my God.
He was on break for 25 minutes?
The other guy.
Dude,
okay.
He's like, well, I'm feeling it. I'm like, this is...
There was one time where I was trying to get something across, the CVS across from where I work at 20th and Market, and I hit the bell like 3 times and just nothing. I finally just gave up and left.
No, you got to go to checkout. Be like, can you walk me to the deodorant? And that's what I had to do. They're like, well, I got to wait. I can't leave
They're losing money.
I can't leave it unmanned. I'm like, dude, no one's fucking in here.
Yeah.
Like,
I love just, all these like retailers are getting squeezed by Amazon and stuff. And the solution is let's make this even more of a pain in the ass. Or let's make this experience
also, you would think if your business is going broke, like, fuck it. Let me take the $8 deal, whatever it is. I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah. Brutal. So now
what it really makes me want to do is just find ways to steal.
Yeah.
I want to find.
Seriously.
It's a challenge now.
You can definitely steal from those things.
Usually not into stealing, but maybe.
You got to pick that lock.
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Go in there with what do you call it? A paper clip?
Yeah.
And just pick the lock.
Like the razors,
maybe they probably wouldn't even stop you.
Razors, mouthwash, I get because razors are expensive. Mouthwash, maybe people could get a little buzz off that, but like, it's just deodorant. I just need to get deodorant, man, or a toothbrush. Can't even get toothbrushes at Rite Aid.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Just they figure homeless people would steal them because they gotta be hygienically correct.
How fucked up though is that as a society that like you don't let a homeless person steal? They're just trying to get clean.
I hear you.
That shit's brutal.
Yeah,
You want to keep the mouthwash locked up? Yeah. Whatever. That's also weird. But like, let a man get their fucking toothpaste, toothbrush, and deodorant. Who gives a shit?
You're preaching to the choir. I'm with you.
It's infuriating.
I'm not like embracing that they do it. I'm just saying that's why they do it.
And at that same store, if you're gonna lock up that shit, then let me get a decent sized fucking roll of what's it called, wrapping paper, because that shit drives people wall too.
What?
They want to lock up all this other stuff, hygienic stuff, but you try to get wrapping paper for a birthday or Christmas and all that, and it's like the tube is this big. But you get like a sheet, you can't even wrap up you can't wrap up anything with that shit.
I just like the idea that wrapping paper is on your regular list of things to get in the drugstore.
I got
toothpaste, deodorant, wrapping paper.
That's all I go
all the good stuff.
I got 2 nieces, I got 2 nephews. You got gifts.
You got people. Father's Day coming up.
I gotta wrap up everything.
I've been on the same roll of wrapping
so I have
paper.
To buy the
I think I finally killed the last of the wrapping paper that I've had over Christmas that I've had for like 3 years.
Everyone's always like, Uncle Pat, why are you wrapping up my birthday gifts that's in July in Christmas shit? Because that's a bigger roll. Yeah, you can get more bang for my buck that way.
I don't believe in wrapping any gifts.
Yeah, just get the little gift bag.
Yeah,
the little ones love it.
You can
sometimes
reuse
it's too big for that.
Reuse the tissue paper. Then if it's too big, then I don't wrap it. I don't put it in the bag.
Kids
you go. Here's your gift.
Just put it in a big garbage bag. And
I don't even do that. I just leave it how it is. Here's your gift.
Yeah, kids at a certain age, though. Kids at a certain age do prefer just the paper. They just half the fun is just opening it up. They never know what's inside.
Wrapping paper is such a waste.
But had they known, reuse it. Had they known the work that had to go into that wrapping paper, you know what I mean? And it's thin, it's just, yeah.
Wrapping paper is the biggest hoax, man. How come people haven't? We're sitting here like, oh yeah,
it's not real.
I don't know if I would use hoax as the word, but
scam,
whatever. It's. How come people are making such a big deal about like save the trees,
COVID,
save the
moon landing, all hoaxes,
save the planet? Like no more plastic bags in grocery stores, but here we're just gonna waste wrapping paper.
Meanwhile, you use a notebook every pod.
Hey, I get good use out of this. I write a whole pod's worth of notes on one little sheet of paper.
I'm messing.
Hey, that's much better than a whole roll of wrapping paper.
It's not a whole roll. It's like.
Well, it might be if it's like around Christmas. You use a whole roll on December 22nd. Christmas Eve rolls around. That paper's going in the trash. What the hell's the point?
Yeah, but you used to be able to get like a nice big ass thick roll and it would last you maybe a couple Christmases. Now you get one, I could barely wrap 2 or 3 gifts.
That's how they save the trees. They make the roll smaller. You got to buy more. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's the biggest
scam, environmentalists.
Yeah.
One of these like leftist politicians needs to be like, abolish wrapping paper.
No, just abolish the paper straws. We get that paper back into the wrapping paper.
They already won't give you bags. Right. Just get rid of this wrapping paper.
Exactly.
Get rid of the paper straws. We'll get that back into the
kind of over cards too. I've always been not a big card guy. I feel like it's just a waste.
My family loves the card.
I don't.
Cards are where the real meaning behind the gift is, though.
I think the card is fine if you're mailing it to someone. If it's a relative that you're not going to see, you send them a card or whatever. But if you're giving someone a gift in person, to have the card on top of that just seems like silly. Like I'm already here. I don't need to greet you with the card. I can say hello to you in person.
There's some gratification though when you give someone a good card and you write a lot into it, and then they read what you write and they get a little.
I've gotten some cards that made me cry. Yeah, before.
What's your guys' policy on when do you get rid of it? Like how long do you hold on to card before you get rid of it?
When the season's over.
I feel like I still got some Christmas cards lying on my
table. I still have them from a few years ago. Yep.
Yeah.
If it's my policy on most cards. If you get a card during Christmas season, you hang them up for December, whatever. But then once you put
I don't keep them up.
Once you pull the decorations down, the cards go in the trash. I mean, that's it. I don't save the cards.
I mean, I guess
unless it's a meaning, if it's for a tragic thing or a meaningful written letter, this and that,
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
I get a good message in there, like I want to keep it.
But for the most part, in general, I think cards, they.
The card serves a practical purpose, though, right? Like, if you're getting someone a gift card or a gift certificate, there you go. You pop the card in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense, whether you're sending it to someone in the mail or you're just giving it to them.
You don't wrap them up?
Hell no.
No, I'm
You
kidding.
just put it in an envelope. Wrapping a card. Oh, my.
The gift. It's like that handing someone a gift, not doing the envelope or the anything. You just, Christmas morning, you just pull your wallet out and take the card out. And just hand it, like, there you go. Have some Starbucks on me.
I'm a big wrapper wrap the gift in the box, then wrap the box. Make them work for it. You know what I mean?
Just layers.
Yeah.
That's
like
even
a
more
Russian
wasteful.
doll.
No, I love that shit.
That's
Then they
so
open
wasteful.
up the box, they see the box, they're like, oh man, they open up the box, then the gift's in there, but it's wrapped up also, like, shit, I gotta open up this too.
Yeah, you can do the whole little huge box prank thing where it's
part of being a
smaller
father
box in
right
there.
there.
That's a good trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's in here? Yeah.
Just a rock.
Yeah.
Just a lump of charcoal.
Yeah. I found this brick at the vet. What? But anyway, yeah, so that's how we feel about cards, the wrapping paper and the weather and
Gifts, yeah.
animals.
We covered a lot of things there.
Edibles.
So, what?
What?
You said that's how we feel
Animals?
about
Animals.
I thought you said
And
can
that's
see
for
where
next
my
week's
mind's
pod.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
So-
should have a pod where we just take a bunch of edibles.
I'm down. They might not be
Hey,
down.
in the summer, man, like, we're kind of in it right now.
Yeah, we
where
gotta get
we
real
don't have a whole lot.
experimental. Really push the envelope, you know?
I think we should.
Podcasts, it's a saturated market.
That'd
We got to
be-
get more edgy.
It'd be a psychedelic podcast, man. They don't exist. We'd be
No,
the
it
first
gets
of
hot
our
in this
kind.
basement too. It'd be like fucking sitting down here in Nam and the tunnels is
We turn the lights off, we'd be like the submersible.
oh.
Speaking of, did you see they're trying to do
Yep.
that again?
I
Yep.
did see that.
Another billionaire is like,
From Ohio.
yeah.
And from Cleveland.
What's he know about
Someone
water?
from Cleveland had
I
more
guess
sense.
They got Lake Superior in Ohio. They got the big lake.
I don't know.
Lake
You're the
Erie.
Ohio
Erie.
expert.
Lake Erie touches in Cleveland.
Okay.
Superior's
pushing it.
Superior's far.
Something
Superior's
about
like
it.
next
Something
to-
about a guy that
I guess they
wants
all
to go
border
see the
Canada,
Titanic. That's
right?
not
Yeah.
built by water. It's not.
He's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't trust that shit.
I mean, maybe at least this one will be a little more sophisticated, and they'll have a, maybe they'll get a GameCube controller instead of a PlayStation controller.
They at least have the
maneuver it.
blueprint of what not to do. Bring some sandwiches. Mm.
Well, the sandwiches wouldn't have saved them from the implosion.
Yeah, but just in case to get one little meal on the way down.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
pack something nice because it could be your last meal. You
Yeah,
know,
maybe bring a
when you're-
flashlight just
when
in
you- When you
case.
start submerging,
Yeah.
have a nice little ribeye in a Ziploc bag to munch
Well, you
on
can't have
before,
meat because otherwise
before you implode.
Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, that
you'd be
thing's
pooping
gonna
out
stink,
there at
dude.
negative. I don't know what 5,000 pounds of.
Yeah. Ooh, adios mio.
I poop 30 minutes after a steak, let alone.
Yeah, you're gonna be
With all that
farting, you'll
pressure.
be all gassy.
Yeah. Let me get an egg sandwich and a little ribeye. Hope. Bring the pub down under. Damn.
Oh, good luck.
Egg salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what's going on with sports, fellas?
Well,
Phillies.
Phillies.
A little bit of a tough road trip. First little bump in the road in a while.
They historically don't do well with the West
in
Coast.
the West Coast.
Dude, San Francisco
Especially
is.
that was their first win there in what, like 14 games or
14
10 games or something.
14. It was 14 games.
yeah,
they were
it's
0
like-
4. They were 0 14
The
until they
last, like,
pulled that
3
out the last
seasons,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is a house of horrors,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know what it is about that.
Good to see Schwarber get an
Dude,
opposite
that-
field home run. It was good to see
Yeah.
in the win.
Yes, like that. They have those little in the outfield there. They have those little. There's like that cartoon car.
In
You know what
San
I'm talking
Fran?
about? Yeah, in
Oh, I
like the
know that they tried
outfield,
to
they
hit
have
in
all
the
those
water.
little like cartoon things and on the fence or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope, I know nothing about that.
Even though we just watched the series.
I'm just saying that.
I don't know if I saw a car.
Not like a real car. It's like a cartoon car.
How big of a car? Could it fit on the stable?
No, it's like
Oh.
a big. It's like
I missed it. I didn't
It's
see
like
it.
the movie Cars.
It kind of looks like that, I guess.
Lightning
I think
McQueen's
that's the
out there?
idea. Something like
I
that.
didn't see it.
But every time we go there, I'm just like, damn, that car is just mocking me because of how bad we're playing.
Yeah, they played like shit, but they were due for a little slump. I mean, we beat on Colorado the first time when they were in Philly, so they got us out there. I thought we would honestly do a little bit better than we did.
Well, here's the deal. The first game, Harper gets ejected. His first at
First
bat.
half,
Yeah.
that was
You
insane.
lose that game by 1 run.
Yeah.
So
Harper even
ridiculous.
said, he was like, yeah, I wasn't really that mad about it. I was just bummed because
that was going to win into extra innings too.
Yeah,
so
we lost the game by 1 run. Yeah. I could have hit an RBI double in the gap and we win the game. I could have made a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. He didn't. He wasn't there, so it's no big deal. But
ended up having to have Rojas in the 3-hole the rest of the game.
Yeah, I did like how he wouldn't call the ump by his name.
He called it like number 32 or whatever.
120.
120.
He's like, I walked up to 120. Well, apparently, most umps would see eye to eye. 120 didn't.
Dude,
he
it's so
just
ridiculous.
kept referring to him as 120.
It's just so insane how quick they are to just throw a guy out. I mean, I feel like you at least got to just be like, okay, man, I hear you. You said your piece. That's enough. If you keep going, I'm going to throw you out. Make it very clear. And then if they keep arguing, then sure. But don't just like, I don't know, man. Preaching to the choir here, but reminding us that they are in fact even worse than NBA refs.
Big time.
Which is hard.
They gotta, keep their spot on the top of the worst.
It's unreal. I mean, well, shout out Angel Hernandez. He's going out of here.
Pour one out for Angel.
Yeah. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Good riddance, my man.
You wouldn't see that shit anyway.
He was horrible.
Yeah, terrible. The worst. I love that.
Didn't he ruin like a perfect game?
No, that was another guy. Well, the funny part about that is that guy was actually, I forget what his name was. The Galarraga perfect game, whatever. Where they called the guy safe at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that wasn't Hernandez.
No. Here's the crazy thing about that was that ump was actually consistently voted by the players as one of the best umps in the league. Like he actually had he was actually had a very good reputation as being a really good ump, and he was like really upset about it. Like he was like so like distraught. Like
at least that was before review existed,
right?
So,
that would have been a perfect game these days, but. Yeah, that was the crazy thing about that is that it wasn't even like a shitty ump. It was actually a really good one.
I thought it was Angel Hernandez.
The one fuck up he makes at the worst time. Yeah.
Angel was just so defensively bad. He never would back down on his bad calls at all. He was just terrible.
Bad calls, it'd be like a foot outside of the strike zone. He's calling it a strike.
He missed it. What was it?
Or a pitch will be right down the middle. He's calling it a ball.
Yeah,
what was
it?
Terrible.
He was
last
wretched,
season. He missed 5 or 6 months of baseball, came back and still had the worst calling percentage of anybody. He had the he was just terrible. Trash.
I saw that Joe West came out and was like, you know what, people don't like him, but he was actually a really good umpire. It's like, yeah, you would say that.
Of course he
Joe
would.
West.
Yeah, of course he would.
Shit knows shit.
Yeah. He was just terrible. But Phillies had a tough stretch. I mean, I like that we can say that they had a tough go of it when they went 2-4. Like
it
that's
should have
okay.
been 3-3. Really.
I get it, but we still are.
But thankfully, the Braves have been kind of doing shitty too, so we didn't lose any ground.
They're closer to the Nationals still than they are to us.
Yeah. The Phillies have the biggest,
and we still haven't lost 20 games yet.
Yeah, and we have the biggest division lead in all of baseball. The Dodgers have been scuffling.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: the Phillies now own the best record against teams over 500.
Thank God.
All that fuss about they haven't played anyone.
So there's that.
Jeez.
Find another talking point, national media.
The funny thing is, too, the next couple of teams that come into us are all dead even 500, too.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
By the time they come into us, they might be one above or one below or still 500. Yeah. But we got Cardinals, the Padres.
We got the Brewers coming too yet. Yeah, the Brewers are over 500.
We have
They're actually pretty good.
Diamondbacks. We have a pretty tough go at it the next couple of weeks.
Got the London series.
Shitty,
that'll fuck them up for a little bit for sure. I'm sure they might split that series, but
Mets.
the Mets are just trash. You can't predict a weird travel game. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, even any NFL London game, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah.
So I can see that split, but they came off like we all said from the beginning of the season. If they start off hot, we'll feel better than we did previous seasons. They did it. They lost 3 in a row. They got right back in there, and they got that win yesterday, which was good to see. And we'll see what they can do moving forward. But, the bats are what they are. They had a quiet spell, but that's kind of what baseball is. You can't be hot for 50 games out the gate. You're going to have a little slump here and there.
Yeah.
And we hit it in probably the right amount of time. It's not like they were at home the whole time, and they were getting almost swept at home. I'll take a weird, Colorado, San Fran tour. Historically don't play well there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And the wins that they did win, 6-1 against San Fran, so a good convincing win. And the game that they won against Colorado was a phenomenal extra inning whatever it was.
8-4. They scored 5 runs in the
ninth inning. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I mean they went 2-4 on the road trip, but they had a 0 run differential, right? So a
couple bad pitching games. I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah.
Ranger had that.
Ranger was due. We kind of jinxed him last week.
I mean, he was. He was. Listen, I mean, when you start 9-0 and have a sub 2 ERA.
I think he still has the lowest ERA in the league.
Yeah, because Imanaga got lit up last night too. So Rangers still.
People are gonna start seeing it. Plus, everyone wants to be the team that fucking knocks the top dog off the pedestal. Yeah. But I think Ranger, honestly, probably could have used a game like that right now. Get yourself mind right. You're not invincible. Maybe get a little bit. I thought he got hit in the dick when that one ball came back, and because he laid there for me because I missed how the ball came to him. Like, dazed. Oh my god, that could mess him up for a minute. But he's all right. He just fell over, and I'm not worried about him at all.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah, there was this funny story. Hold on, about the too much shit going on here. During the Rocky series, this was
when Wet Brandon was
in the bullpen or whatever. Yeah. This is in the Inquirer from Alex Coffey. A few hours before the game Friday afternoon, Phillies outfielder Brandon Marsh wandered into the forest adjacent to visitors' bullpen at Coors Field. This was not by accident. Bullpen catcher Brad Flanders had told Marsh about a, quote, sick waterfall just past center field, and the Phillies outfielder was determined to find it. Marsh is not the first visiting player to explore the Coors Field bullpen forest, and he certainly won't be the last. He tries to find ways to break up the monotony of the season. Sometimes that means getting in touch with the earth. Quote, I've been trying to be more one with nature, Marsh said. Brad was like, have you seen the waterfall in the bullpen? And I was like, no way. So during the second round of BP, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go check it out. And I sat there and just enjoyed it for a good minute. And I was like, yeah, I like it. Marsh quickly told his teammates about the waterfall, and at least 2 of them, Nick Castellanos and Johan Rojas, went on a quest through the forest on Saturday afternoon. Quote, Castellanos told me yesterday, hey, they have a river over there, Rojas said. He said, let's go tomorrow. I'll be there before practice to shower. I said, no way, you sure? He said, yeah. It's cool. I was there for a minute. Marsh plans to incorporate the waterfall into his pregame routine next time he's at Coors Field. Quote, I collected a rock. This is great. I collected a rock, but since we lost yesterday, I threw that away, Marsh said. So I have to go find another rock. It was pretty cool. I would have never known about the waterfall because you can't see it from here. Yeah, it's going to be a thing for me now. Every time we go to Colorado the first day, I'm going to go say hey to my waterfall.
I love that Castellanos was like, yeah, there's a river over here. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Castellanos is so funny, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they had a great time exploring nature. I mean, you could tell that their head were in a different space during that series, but
it's Colorado and weed's legal in the MLB. You know what they were doing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what they were doing.
Big time. They were chilling.
Yeah, Castellanos probably plays games high.
Big time.
I almost guarantee you that, man. There's no excuse sometimes why he's swinging at a ball 2 feet off the plate down and away.
No.
Like some of the stuff he says, and my man is probably just constantly just ripped.
Between the milk and the wine, and what he had the one quote too about the Phillies too.
Yeah, and saying like in the regular season it's boring and like he just zones out because he's high.
He looks zoned out. I mean, he's swinging that shit that make no sense.
And like you never see him get mad because he's always high.
Yeah, I mean, if it works. He is hitting a little better lately.
Yeah, he almost hit for this cycle.
Yeah, it's a triple shy.
Yeah.
I was excited for that. If he would have hit for this cycle,
that would have been great.
Dean would have had to do 5 shots.
Damn. But yeah, the Phillies looking good. I think to your point in the beginning about, do we feel like Walker should be deserving of a starting rotation
Absolutely
spot?
not. We got to talk about this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of skirted by with good run support for a while, but finally caught up to him last start. Yeah, he just does not have it, man.
He's horrible.
Doesn't throw hard, doesn't like... It's kind of just like, what do you do here? He doesn't really do anything well.
It's like I don't know if we said it before on the pod, but he pretty much is our Tobias Harris. So, like, you spent all that money for him.
That's the perfect comparison.
And, like, You don't so.
Well,
what do you do? Like as a franchise, you spend all this money for this man to be in your starting rotation. He's terrible. You had a young up and coming guy with Turnbull, who was killing it before Walker came back. You put Turnbull then to the rotation, and he got visibly upset, which rightfully so. I mean, he was having almost the best year of his career right there as a starter.
It was the best year of his career, yeah.
And now he's a little bit, he's been a great locker room guy in the sense of like, I'm just going to do whatever I can to help the team win. Walker didn't come in and light it up. I mean, he wasn't never a light up kind of guy anyway. And he's a pitcher who's come in 3 years in a row, has lost velocity on his ball.
Dude, he sucks. He really sucks.
It's a head scratcher.
So, for the year, he's 3-1. Yeah, ho hum. He's gotten run support.
Yeah,
he does a 3-1 record. His ERA is 5.51. His walks hits per innings pitched is 159. Guess how many hits per 9 he's given up?
Per 9?
Yeah.
8.
Per 9. Probably like 9.
11.
Damn.
11 hits per 9, and then add 3.3 walks per 9 on top of that.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's
good.
What is that? 14.3 runners per 9 you're allowing, and he's only striking out 7. So he's letting 14 guys on per 9 innings.
He's relying on the defense too.
Yeah, he's relying on the defense so much.
Yeah,
I mean, like striking anyone out.
A guy who's your
sucks.
number 5 pitcher. If he's doesn't have the best location, this and that, I could if he just has like really great stuff to kind of compensate, I can see that. But it's like he doesn't even have that. Like he doesn't throw particularly hard, and he doesn't locate. It's just he's not giving you anything.
He's got no command. He's got no velocity,
dude.
And when you have guys in the dugout that actually can pitch and have proved themselves, they can do their thing in the bullpen. It makes like I said, I think it's a Tobias Harris kind of thing where they can't stomach
the fact
that
we're not stuck with him for 5,000 years.
They can't stomach the fact that they're not going to send down a guy that they're paying multiple millions of dollars this year to go down to AAA or to go rehab. Like at that point,
what is his contract?
It was 4 years, $72 million.
Yikes.
This is his second year,
right?
So
he's making a pretty penny.
We got him 2 more. It's not the 6 Toby was here, but
yeah. Plus, it's like there's no salary cap, so it's not as bad of a thing.
I'm not saying he's a max contract pitcher. My point though is that
it's an apt comparison
for the amount of money that you're paying and the quality of play that you're getting and the kind of seat that he's consuming.
Yeah, it's a very good comparison. I totally agree with
especially with Turnbull. I mean, that guy. I feel bad for him too because he was wheeling and dealing. Now you're just fucking that guy up in the head anyway because he's either going to be a rotational guy, which is fine, or
you can't keep jerking him back and forth.
Yeah, he's going to either go or get traded or, I don't know, you can use him as a trade value piece for sure if you need to get an outfielder or whatever, but it's just unfortunate, and I think we're kind of just stuck with this Walker. But it's a move that I feel like the Phillies have made a lot of smart moves the last 3 or 4 years from signing people and things like that. This one...
They gave him so much money.
I don't understand the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, definitely a miss there.
Yo, he's so... we can just pile on this guy. I got a couple more things to say.
Yeah. Let it rip.
And that dumbass nose ring.
Get it all out.
So
get that dumbass nose ring too up in his face.
I don't know if I should start with the toe. Yeah, let's start with the toe. I got some stats
Tell
here.
me his thumb hurts too. I'll be out.
So here's the deal. You remember that game he had to come out because
the ball hit him right in the foot.
I don't care.
No, but that's the game you're talking about. Hit him right in the,
The ball stubbed your toe. It might have cracked your toenail a little bit.
Ooh.
It came out of the game. No one told you had to pitch the next game, dude. We would have been better if you didn't pitch the next game.
He got walked off, too, like a little bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, my bunion is howling right now. I got arthritis in my big toe. I've had chronic arthritis for 50... How old am I? 34? 20 years I've had chronic arthritis in this foot.
And you'll still be there at kickball.
Yep, I'll still be there at kickball. I still walk to the pod every week. Yeah, I'm not limping. I'm here showing up, giving it my all. He gets hit in the foot. I mean, I guess that probably hurts too, but that's beside the point. He should have taken a game off, rested, collected himself, and maybe he would have been better. But instead, he has to get basically carried off the field. It's like, man, I don't even know what to say about that. It's like, I can deal with it. Why can't you? And then, so here's the stats, some more stats about him. So Trevor, to your point, like, yeah, he's losing, his stuff has lost its quality. It's just, and Pat, you said he's lost velocity. That's true as well. So last year, this is from Matt Gelb, Walker threw a splitter more than any other pitch last season. Opponents batted .205 against it with a .295 slugging percentage. It was a real weapon. Those numbers are great. This year, hitters have rocked Walker's splitter for a .515 average and .758 slugging percentage.
God bless America.
5 of the 9 hits he allowed in the start against the Giants were on splitters. That's horrible, dude.
This dude's trash. He's so bad.
Yeah, he's a bum. Like,
it's in the name. You don't want that man as a pitcher. His last name's
that is
Walker.
true.
Come on. What do you think?
Any pitcher with a last name Walker, you're barking up the wrong tree.
That's a bad.
Ass.
Yeah, he's
bad.
Ugh.
That's just terrible. You can't be doing that shit.
Get him out.
So yeah, man, you can go sit down with your stub toe. We'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll go pitch.
It is a nice thought that next year he'll be replaced with Andrew Painter.
Hopefully, if his bitch ass ain't
they'll
hurt.
they'll probably both be in the rotation. Well, no.
Well,
everyone else will still
maybe.
be there. They're all under contract.
Yeah, Nola, Wheeler, Ranger.
Sanchez?
So yeah, Sanchez he's controlled.
At least
Sir Anthony?
arbitration.
Well,
yeah, so
so
what
fine, yeah.
happened? Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe Walker gets DFA'd.
Yeah, or they just throw him into the bullpen. Or if he can even, I don't even know if he can hold down a job there.
He definitely couldn't.
One
he doesn't have the velocity to come out of the bullpen.
They should have honestly just brought him back there for like an inning or two here and there for a longer extended period of time.
He should have stayed in the minors and rehabbed more. He was all anxious to come back. He was throwing 90 miles per hour in the minors.
I know his velocity was. He didn't show anything that was impressive in the minors either. But I think it's because the money is switched. They're like, well, we got to just.
It's the same thing as the Tobias Harris thing.
So like we're paying all this money, bring his ass up in here. Then I guess there was no reason to at all. There was nothing that gave you any incentive to bring him in there. It only made us worse in the bullpen. Not that our bullpen's bad, but we did lose a little bit with him in there.
Yeah. But anyway, not to belabor the point, I could sit here and talk about this guy all day. Like Kendrick said, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I could sit here all day. I just really do not like this man, dude.
Toe.
Yeah.
He's sitting there in the playoffs last year tweeting about how he would have made a difference.
Dude,
yeah, you be out there with your 5.51 ERA in the World Series, or no, the NLCS. We didn't make the World Series. Yeah, let's see how that goes.
He's been getting rocked.
I'm over him so much. We got to move on. What else I got on the Phillies? I could go on, going in on his ass forever. Oh, in other NL East news, we were saying the Braves. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. That
injury was nasty to watch. Did you see
I
the
didn't actually
clip?
see it. No.
He starts to run to steal the base, and his knee just buckles and twists.
Yep.
And
it was like Ryan Howard running the first base.
Yeah.
His fucking Achilles.
It was just sad to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I care about the Braves? No. But two things, right? You want to beat them when they're at their best.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also Acuna for all of my hate for any good player on a rival team. When healthy, he's one of the best players in baseball. And it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
right?
you want to see guys like that play.
You want, as a competitor, you want to see other competitors play and do well. So yeah, it's a shame.
You hate to see a generational player go down like that. I mean,
he's torn ACLs on both knees now.
I know. That's a shame to see. I mean, it does suck, and that, just as a general sports fan, you never want to see the best guys in their sport go down that way. When you know it's not like like they tried to steal and they broke their thumb. Okay, he's out for a couple of weeks, no big deal.
No,
but an ACL, season. I mean, that's a whole year going by, and another year of age on you, and we'll see when he comes back next year. I mean, his stealing won't be the same for sure. His hitting might be okay, but even baseball, it's a lot of torque in your lower body, upper.
He's not going to be the same right away when he comes back.
Probably end up DHing. For
a while. It's just a shame to see. What a crazy ride he had, with last year too, with all the stats he had with the stolen bases and home runs and everything.
He was the MVP.
Yeah, so it does suck to see. I mean, it helps. Unfortunately, it does help the Phillies keep.
the Braves probably lost their two best players now.
Yeah, they lost Strider too. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, any team's a big injury away from fucking up their season. It's a shame that Those two guys went down. Strider, I don't feel as bad about. Fuck that guy. But Acuna, I do like.
Fuck him his mustache. But yeah, Acuna's a more likable
Acuna,
player.
I like Acuna. Strider, fuck that guy. He could. I don't give a shit what happens to that guy. He could fucking lose a leg. I don't give a shit. But Acuna, I feel upset about that.
Yeah, it's a shame. But like you said, it's good for the Phillies. We've only played the Braves 3 times. Got to play them 9 more times, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And to not have to face him 9 more times is great. The other thing to consider, too, is the Braves, I think, had 4 games in hand over us. That's 4 games they're going to have to play without Acuna, too, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that lessens the likelihood that they catch us. I feel like a 6-game lead, you generally feel pretty safe. Yep. But especially knowing that they lost 2 of their best players for the season. Quite frankly, Strider's injury goes into next season.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you never
Tommy
know.
John, you're as a pitcher, you're not coming back at the start of next season. He'll be back probably middle of next year.
And when he does come back, he won't be the same killer that he's been.
It's going to take him a while to work back up to like full speed. And then with Acuna, if he comes back to start spring training, he's not going to be 100%. He may not be 100% all next season.
Yeah.
So it doesn't close the Braves window because a lot of these guys are young and cost controlled, but it
definitely
it temporarily shuts it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in other NL East news, my man on the Mets.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. Jorge, what is his name? Oh, I don't have it. I think his name was Jorge Lopez. Trevor, you got the clip of what he was saying in the locker room?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Understands the emotion, but Carlos Mendoza said that he understands the emotion, but that particular action of throwing your glove into the stands was unacceptable. Looking back on it, do you regret doing that?
No, I don't regret it. I think I've been looking the worst team probably in the whole MLB. So, whatever happened. So, whatever they want to do, I'll be tomorrow here if they want me. Whatever they want to do. So, I'm gonna keep doing this thing. So I'm healthy on whatever. On whatever to do. I'm ready to come back tomorrow, and if they want me to be here, so I'll be here.
They did not want him to be here. They DFA'd him. But
the Phillies should pick him up.
They totally should. I mean, I love that he got ejected and threw his glove into the crowd.
Yeah,
that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's some hardcore shit. Yeah, that's definitely a guy that I have no idea if he's any good. I did not know anything about him until last night.
But I thought about Harper throwing his helmet into the thing too. Dude, so I'm like, fuck it, bring him in.
The guy's got some passion, baby.
Yeah,
and he just needs to play for a winner.
Exactly. I mean, New York is just a dumpster fire organization right
the Mets
now.
Are always.
They're so trash.
They had a team meeting last night after the game too.
Trash.
Yeah,
they're just horrible.
Garbage.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up my man's stats.
$1 billion roster.
Yeah, what are his stats? Is he worth bringing in?
I mean,
we could bring him in DFA Walker.
That's what I'm saying. He can't be that bad. He can't be that as bad. At least
he's cheaper.
At least he's good.
No, his stats actually are.
He's not terrible.
What? So he's a lot better than he's a relief pitcher, but he's for this season he's 1-2, 3.76 ERA, 26.1 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 1.37 WHIP. That's better than Walker. His career numbers aren't as good, but maybe he finally found the light.
How old is he?
He is 31.
Okay.
Oh,
he's definitely a bullpen guy, it looks like.
You put Turnbull back up into the 5 spot. And you have him as
in the clubhouse.
That's all right. You got to get extra gloves, though.
You hate the Mets. We hate the Mets.
You got to get some extra gloves in. Get some extra gloves in the fucking locker room just in case he gets a little crazy there.
Damn, he was on 3 teams last year, and he was bad for all 3. Hold up. But then in 2022, he was...
You need to get him for the vibes.
Yeah, it's a locker room.
He was
like
pretty
Stubbs,
good.
He'll give you a good game here and there, but most of the time he's just rubbing his nipples in the fucking bullpen. No big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd say bring him in. Got nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of bringing people in with nothing to lose, the Sixers right now, like you said, Trevor, on the top, looking at everybody and their mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like every player that comes up, it's like, oh, the Sixers are... It's like, yeah, I guess they're on everybody.
Which is this any different than last year? No.
Yeah.
Nah, it's the same thing every year.
Same exact fucking thing.
Same.
It's
They're gonna get
just
LeBron. They're gonna
shit.
get Paul George. They're gonna get fucking Jimmy Butler. They're gonna get
So,
there's
there's
Klay Thompson.
been a bunch of reports about, like, guys we've already talked about, but yeah, Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer says Paul George is the Sixers' #1 target.
Makes sense.
He says the trade market would be a possibility if they do not get him in the event he goes back to the Clippers or something else happens. So then Keith Pompey sometimes he says some of the most random nonsense, but every now and again he's right.
Yeah.
He said if the Sixers were to trade for Jimmy Butler, they would offer him a max. They feel as though they should have offered him a max 5 years ago, so they're going to try to make up for it now, which I think is stupid.
Well, it's a silly thing, yes.
And then Brian Windhorst, who, like, it was for ESPN, I was trying to remember who he's for, says that, because y'all seen Rich Paul was, like, on live TV, was during the Mavericks T-Wolves series. He was, it was one of the alternate broadcasts, and he was sitting with, like, whoever was calling the game. He said, yeah, LeBron's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, hold on, what do you mean LeBron's a free agent? He's like, well, yeah, I can't really talk about that right now. But yeah, so then Windhorst goes, yeah, if LeBron does end up opting out and becoming a free agent, the Sixers are the only contender with cap space that LeBron could sign with outside of the Lakers. And that there is a chance. It's probably not a good one. So I don't know what this all means. What it all means is that Daryl Morey's that thirsty person that's just trying to hook up with everyone. He doesn't care about who they are, what they are.
I mean, you get LeBron either way. I feel like I wouldn't hate a LeBron pickup. I think we're better.
Especially because it'd probably be a very short contract.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be down.
I'd rather get LeBron than JB Butler at this point.
Yeah. I think when we talked about this a few weeks ago, I said that my top in order, it would be Paul George, then Jimmy, then LeBron. I think most of that was because I didn't want Bronny.
Yeah.
Which I still don't really want Bronny.
Yeah.
But it's not, yeah.
I can't look at it that way. You have to look at it as you're getting the best, if not the second best, player of all time on your team in the twilight of his career. Embiid and Maxey would benefit from him greatly. He'd be light years better than Tobias Harris as a third option.
Right.
He brings a winning pedigree. He'd certainly be a distraction, but whatever. I mean, this team has had off-court distractions every year for the last 11 years.
Bring it.
Right. I mean, I feel like at the same time, too, like it's a different type of distraction. Like it's not a, guy that thinks his shit don't stink. Like LeBron, it's LeBron James.
It's not
like
Burnergate.
Right, it's a dude. He warrants a
Markel
distraction.
Fultz just forgetting how to
Right.
shoot a
Zaire
ball.
Smith eating a peanut
Yeah.
after we traded Mikal Bridges for him.
Yeah.
I just feel like LeBron warrants that kind of distraction. That's okay. You assume that risk, but for the price, as opposed to giving a max, I don't know. I just feel like LeBron would be a good pickup. Obviously, again, same boat where we could have, made a better pitch. That, we had all the billboards up and all that shit years ago.
Yeah.
To try to get him here in the Philly, but I don't know. I mean, I can see it potentially. I don't know if we'd have to pick up Bronny as well, but
Probably, but
I don't know. I mean,
we have enough second-round picks then.
if he cares about chasing a ring more than he cares about just playing with his son, then we get LeBron. If he really, truly wants to just end his career with having one season where he get to be the first guy to ever play with his son on the same court, then we probably don't get him.
Yeah.
So we're not going to... Although, I don't know, man. The Sixers have done weirder shit in the past, so they could get Bronny, and then you get LeBron, and I don't know.
Be a fun season.
It'd be entertaining. I mean, we go to more games for sure.
Yeah.
Games would be
And it would be very expensive.
Yeah.
I'd probably go to
Priced
fewer
out
games.
probably,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I do. Here's the deal, right? So Paul George, we've talked about this, but he's kind of a known playoff choker, whereas Jimmy brings you like that playoff mentality, that dog mentality, right? So if you look at it like that, Paul George, he raises the Sixers, he raises their regular season ceiling. They're probably going to win more regular season games with him than Jimmy Butler, but given his playoff career, especially recently, he probably lowers their floor. Whereas with Jimmy, you're probably not getting a 2 seed because Jimmy and Embiid are both going to miss at least 30 games.
Right.
You're probably a 4 or 5 seed. But then you got playoff Jimmy. You got that dog. So then your playoff ceiling is much higher. Therefore, maybe you have a better chance of advancing farther. I don't know. It just, I feel like between the two of them, it's 6-1, half dozen the other. Even looking at their stats in the playoffs, their stats are very similar. Jimmy has played 119 playoff games in his career, averaged 21.3 points. Paul George, 114 games in his playoff career, 21.2 points.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got 6.2 boards. Paul George's got 7.5. Jimmy's got 4.6 assists. Paul George has 4.1. Jimmy's got 1.7 steals. Paul George has 1.6. Jimmy's a 46% field goal shooter. Paul George 42. 3-point percentage, they're both at 35%. Free throws, they're both at 83.
Yeah.
So, like, statistically speaking, it's kind of a wash, but I feel like if you watch recently and you just watch games and see the eye tests, Jimmy's a dog, dude.
But you want the man off the MCL tear?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's tough.
You got 2 of your top, then, if you
You
figure
got a torn
Embiid,
meniscus and torn MCL.
Embiid, Maxey, and Butler, 2 of them have MCL tears or strains or whatever it is. That's our big 3 limping into wherever they limp into.
I mean, it's none of these options is perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing is.
I mean, I think I prefer Paul George just because of the 3-point volume.
And the
I
healthy
I
legs.
think that's kind of what you need from that guy. But, yeah, I don't know.
And the health. I mean, I feel like at this point, this team needs to have guys that can be healthy.
Yeah, well, keep wishing, buddy.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying Embiid.
Yeah.
We know what to expect with
It's
Embiid.
gonna be-
Inevitably, Embiid will not be healthy. But if you're going to bring in somebody, maybe not give a max contract to a guy coming off a fucking bum leg.
Yeah, no,
I get his stats are great.
I hear you, but and I think they're just set on rekindling lost love from 2019, which I think is the worst thing you can do.
I think, well, we'll see what they do, man. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully LeBron comes here, but we said the same thing in 2018, and that did not happen.
Yep. I guess moving on to...
Speaking of hoping that people come into Philadelphia sooner than we thought they would.
Yeah,
Michkov. Yeah.
No real news here.
He spoke.
He did, yeah.
He didn't say much of,
Yeah, it was kind of political
content,
stuff.
yeah.
I still have a good relationship with SKA, the ska team. Yeah, I don't know. It's just going to be wait and see mode until something happens. I don't think... it is kind of funny, just everyone insanely overanalyzing every little piece of any quote that comes out from anybody. And it's like, we're not going to know anything until we know something, so...
Well, here's the deal, right? So, Hockey News Hub, I talked about them last week. They said a couple days, or I guess this was 5 days ago at this point, but apparently Ska gave out long-term deals to some forwards, right? I didn't know this, but that this was what they were tweeting on Hockey News Hub. So then a Flyers fan tweeted at them, wait, what? What does it mean? And then they said, apparently it means that Michkov is less likely to be a top sixer on, as far as their forward core goes, which means he's a bottom sixer, which lowers the likelihood that he wants to stay there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like
he's trying to get out of there.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, I mean...
he needs to work it out.
I mean, it's just going to give extra incentive to his agent.
Exactly.
It's going to give him more ammunition to work something out. So, yeah.
So you think July 1st, right? June 30th is the deadline. You think July 1st he's coming over?
All signs are pointing there. I mean, like I said before, I wasn't expecting it, but just the way everything has been going, don't want to jinx anything, but if I gun to my head, I would say he's going to be here next season.
You doing 3 shots of bananas the pod after he comes over?
Put a shop in on it. Do it.
Nah, I said I think he's going to come.
Then we still do 3 shots.
So, that means you got to do 3 to
Sure.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, we'll each do one. There we go. That's 3.
We'll celebrate.
Yeah, we will celebrate on the pod if he comes over.
All right, I will too.
Time to celebrate, yeah.
With Ukrainian vodka, though.
No, I said bananas.
Well, yeah, bananas. All right, I'll do that.
That's Ukrainian vodka.
It is yellow. We got yellow in the flag.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just put a little blue food coloring in there.
Nice.
So it'll just be green, I think.
Yeah, no blue. No.
Yeah.
Well, then we're Irish again. Here we go. We're back in the same.
Yeah, right. The plan all along. Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it with
we'll keep checking in on him.
Flyers, Eagles, OTAs still going.
I mean, not much. They're out there.
They're out there
stretching
playing.
and
They're playing
tossing
football,
some balls around.
tossing
They're
the
doing their old
old
thing.
pigskin around.
Jordan Davis is down some pounds, which is good to see.
He's down
Yeah.
to 350. And imagine...
He's a massive, massive dude.
Also, I mean, he's huge.
Yeah, I get it. But it's just funny to think a guy's lost weight and he's 350 pounds.
He does look good.
That's almost two of me.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
That's a husky man, dude.
That's more than two. That's two.
That's almost three of you.
Yeah.
That's a big
Two
boy,
of me
dude.
would be three. So he's two of me and 50.
That's a big man.
That's nuts. But yeah, man, I mean, I like to, with the media day, the second media day today in OTAs, talking to Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Isaiah Rodgers, all these young guys. Even, what's it called? John Ross is out there too.
Yeah.
Like hearing all these guys talk, it's a good locker room, it sounds like. They're all here for the right reasons. They're all like, whether it's about having to build the chemistry of the team or buying into the system and stuff like that. The common theme I hear from the young guys being asked from the media about, like, how do you like Vic Fangio? We hear he's old school, this, that, other thing. They're all just taking it in. They're they're
Seems
well
like
coached.
they're buying in.
I think it comes from that Georgia mentality, like the SEC. You kind of, they're not babying there. You get coached hard in that division or conference. So I think that they're ready to get coached that way. They had, to go from the past two guys that they had.
Exactly. It's probably such a breath of fresh air.
You probably
for them.
could be. They respond better to a guy that's like more hard on them and stuff like that, which is good. So
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I mean, we'll see. We're a long ways away. You're a couple injuries away from having the season go to shit, but the roster I think is sound. I think the team looks really good. I think they got that little dog in them right now to be pissed off of how the last season ended, which is good. It's a bad taste in their mouth. But to hear the young guys sound confident, talk freely, vibe out like that, I think it's a good sign so far early in the season to just see them all kind of, open to learning, open to criticism, look good. They're all cutting weight, looking more buff, putting that muscle back on. I mean, you figure these guys came out of the best school in college football at the time that we drafted them. Mm-hmm. And they went right to the combine, right to the Eagle season, right to a Super Bowl, or right to a long playoff run. Like, they didn't really have a break. And not to compare to that, but you see with Keaton Clark and all that, where anybody that has a long season in college and then come to their,
you don't really have time
to their pro moment, they don't have time to kind of adjust and soak it all in. So it's just good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good to see the young guys coming in, like, focused, right? Like, they came into, like, these rookie mini camps, these OTAs, like, ready to learn a new system offensively and defensively. I think Isaiah Rodgers has shown up. Apparently he had an interception off Hurts today.
Yeah.
Pick 6.
Yeah, he looked good. Then after practice he spoke. Someone asked him, like, what was it like not playing for a year? He said, a year away took me closer to my love for this game. This league don't need anybody. That's a thirsty man right there, dude. That's a hungry man. He's ready to come out and prove himself.
I like that
I think if he's not a starter, like, he might be the starting nickel. I don't know if he can play inside or not. This is just me just speculating. I think if he's not a starting nickel, by end of the season, he's going to end up being a starting corner.
Well, you figure Bradbury hasn't been there, and it's OTA, so, like, he doesn't need to be there.
Bradbury's gone, dude. He out.
I think he's definitely gone, but I think that also, like Isaiah Rodgers said, he focused on his speed in his hands, which, as a corner, what more? I mean, hello.
Yeah.
People always say that if you can't play receiver, you play corner. As like it's whatever they do knock-wise that way. But I think that Isaiah Rodgers has a lot to prove. I think he learned a lot in this time, and you're getting guys that come back in here that have been like, damn, with Isaiah Rodgers having that year off with whatever, John Ross damn near retired or did retire.
He did retire.
And came back. He's like, I was an Eagles fan growing up, and we'll see if he makes a roster spot or not, but I think he's putting the pressure on Paris Campbell for sure to get a roster spot. But I think this team is just all around good energy. I like seeing Saquon out there in OTAs he wants to be a leader of the team, and that's good to see as a new guy. Expectations for him for sure. But yeah, it's just fun to be around. Nolan Smith stuck out to me the last couple of weeks because he said that he's been studying a lot with Lane Johnson, which is huge.
Interesting.
Wants to know how to beat one of the best tackles in the league and what they look at from his perspective as a tackle. And I think that's a great
That's
learning.
cool that Lane would be willing to educate him.
I think that's a great learning curve. He said if you look at a lot, if you see a little, you learn a lot. If you look at a lot, you learn little. That's what Nolan Smith said today. Mm-hmm. And that makes total sense, right? I mean, the NFL's so fast. They say it's a faster game than college, and Nolan Smith said that too. The speed of the game kind of stuck up on him. But I think the fact that he's leaning on not only Brandon Graham and Huff and Josh Sweat and all those guys that have played for a while with the Eagles defense, but leaning on the offensive line too, I think that's a great switch that he went to right away in his second year. Having a down year, he's like, yeah, you dream about having 10 sacks, and doing all that, but he's like, you got to learn the little things first. And I think that he's putting himself in a good position, shoulder feeling better after that injury, to potentially be a warranted first-round pick.
I hope so. That's my boy. Before we drafted him, I said I had a dream that they were going to draft him. It's like...
Oh, boy. Damn.
But yeah, that's all we got on the Eagles, right?
Decent. Yeah,
there ain't a whole lot to say. OTAs are OTAs. Bradbury didn't show up. He's gone. Devontae wasn't there, but I think it's fine.
It's all fun and games so you put pads on so hitting people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can all say how you want to feel and feel good and all that shit. It's all rah-rah, all that shit. I love seeing everybody. Yeah, it's great, but let's wait till it gets to fucking Swamp Town, USA in Philadelphia, and they start practicing hitting.
Swamp Town, practicing USA. 95-degree temperatures in early August.
Start getting
Good
heated.
luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, go Birds. They look all right.
Go Birds. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I guess we have to say something about the Trump verdict. Our 45. Officially
first convicted felon
criminal.
president.
Your first former or current president. Yeah.
I will say this.
He will be shot by firing squad at dawn. R.I.P. Pour one out for 45.
A man can dream. I'll never pour one out for that fucking sloppy ass piece of shit. But I will say this. A weird thing with this country is that now that Trump is legally a convicted felon, it's quite the predicament in our system as the United States where a convicted felon cannot vote for the president of the United States.
But he can still run.
He can still run, baby.
So that means he can't vote.
Yeah, he won't be able to vote.
He can't vote for himself.
Well, he can't vote. Even if he's serving time.
No, but isn't that odd? He will.
That is, I guess they probably never, when they wrote whatever this is, these laws, I guess. When they wrote this, they never figured there'd be a time where someone running for president would become a convicted felon.
Isn't that the whole fucking point? Isn't that's so...
Yeah.
There should be flexibility where it's like, yeah, you know what? This guy is a convicted felon. He can't run even if we don't have anything written into law about this. It just can't happen.
That's right. If you can't vote for the job, how should you be able to apply for the job? That makes no sense. It's... That in and of itself should make it null and void. But the USA is whatever the fuck we're doing. This is great. It's phenomenal.
It's funny. I wasn't here thinking about if this is going to make it less likely that he gets elected or more likely that
it's going to make it more likely.
Yeah. Well, because you figure on the one side, people that were going to vote for him before, that their mind is going to be changed over this. Of course not.
If anything, they're emboldened to vote for him now.
I guess the only thing the other way is if you think that maybe this will fire up the libs to go out and something for them to get excited about, because no one's excited about Biden. But now that
he's not a convicted felon.
Right.
Joe Biden.
I mean, as long as he stop funding the fucking demolition of Gaza, it might have a we're kind of stuck in a anyway. It's just. November's going to be...
what do y'all think of the first debate coming up? You think...
It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, they're going to zoom in.
Trump's going to be in a jail cell.
Biden might lose his
Trump's
teeth.
going to be in there and sitting in there in an orange jumpsuit.
Biden's going to spit his teeth out his fucking mouth. It's going to be. It's.
Trump's going to be. Trump's going to convert to Islam.
I hope that they both. What my dream is though.
Join the Nation of Islam.
I think it'd be hysterical if they both like somehow read off each other's prompters because they can't see that great. So like.
Yeah.
Trump's just reading. Trump's
Biden,
reading off Biden's and Biden's reading off Trump.
Biden starts being like, "We got to build the wall, folks. We got to."
And then he says, "Pause, break."
Was,
oh wait, no, never mind. Shit, that's the prompter. My bad. Yeah, it's anyway. Yeah, fuck that man, Trump. You know, they got his ass for one thing, which we all knew coming since when they tried Cohen. They tried Cohen back then, and he already said, "Yeah, I did that shit." They were like, "Yeah, well, we'll wait till."
Yeah, I honestly haven't paid attention to any of this shit at all until today. So it's
Me
like,
neither.
Yeah.
Well, same.
Yeah. Well, that's.
But
it for that.
a convicted felon. If you're a felon, you can't vote for president. But if you're a felon, you can run for president. So.
Yo, hold on. Mir Long can't vote? Mir Long, you can't vote?
No. Yeah.
Technically, in the eyes of the law, if a convicted felon, you can't vote.
Yo, Mir Long's a dear friend of the pod who's a convicted felon. He wouldn't mind us airing his dirty laundry. I'm sure you don't mind this.
Yeah. But he can run. You can run for president.
You can run,
yeah, Mir Long, you hear that? You should run for president.
Yeah.
I'd vote for you. The pod would vote for you.
Yeah.
We would totally endorse you. We
That's
have
a felon.
I mean,
Mir Long 2036 signs
That's
hanging
a felon
back
we can
there.
get behind.
Yeah, I mean, Trump might end up breaking the glass ceiling of felons running for office, After this, anything could be possible.
Mir Long.
But speaking of people calling in over Zoom, this funny
guy,
story of this guy with a suspended license going into court and
beep beep.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
He's driving.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So
I'm not driving, I'm just pulling
give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
I want to know who his doctor is.
Yeah.
He ain't going to no doctor.
I'm pulling into my doctor's office.
He said, "We serious right now?"
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
The fatal mistake.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
That is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record.
I didn't know I was allowed to do that.
He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He's looking around.
Yeah, the look on his face.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Imagine being this man's public defender. And you just have to try to defend.
I mean, that's the life as a public defender, man. But dude, I fucking love Zoom Court. This is the best thing that came out of COVID, in my opinion. Zoom Court is so fucking good. The best was, I remember a couple years ago, there was a guy who had to appear in, I think it was just traffic court. It was some routine, minor routine court appearance thing for speeding or some shit like that. And he logs, and you'd have to put your name on the thing. And he logs in, and his name is Buttfucker3000. and they're looking at him and he's like, and he realizes, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this was a joke with my friends. I forgot to change the name." And they're just so fucking pissed at him.
Hell yeah.
That was so fucking good.
I mean, the balls on this guy's great. A, multiple questions here. Driving in there, having the camera on, was that planned? And B, I want to know how that doctor appointment went. if he did go to the doctor.
He was not going to the doctor. He was just making that up.
Where was he driving around to then?
I don't know.
I mean, it's hilarious enough just that you're casual enough about appearing in court that you're just going to do that while you're driving. Like,
or book.
Like you're making an appearance on your friend's podcast just like while you're driving. Oh my God!
Yeah, like how he's like, I am parking now.
I'm pulling in.
Almost stationary. Almost.
I'm not driving. I'm just parking. I'm parking.
That shit's great.
And then at the end, how he's all surprised that this happened. He's like, oh my God! It's like, what the hell did you expect? You're driving with a suspended license and you're essentially driving to court with a suspended license and telling them you drove to court.
I'm surprised he's not a Kansas City chief offensive lineman right there. Honestly, with the way that team's lining up right now, they get left and right getting picked apart.
Yeah, you fit right in.
Yeah, my man's so funny, dude.
Here's another good thing I got lined up here. This is Quanell X, who's like a activist guy in Texas. Called out a former Houston elementary school teacher who was fired after videos of her filming pornographic material on school campus during school hours were turned over to the district. So, you listen to this.
You really can't make this stuff up. It is absolutely appalling, shameful, and frightening that these are the type of educators that are in an elementary school teaching our children. But now we got a teacher in the classroom on school hours, stripping down butt naked, bending over and showing everything on the video. And all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair. This is a disgrace and a shame that this is the type of educator and teacher that is in the classroom. And she made multiple videos. Yes, the district was unaware until we brought this to their attention. If she will do this in the classroom, what else will she do? This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she's about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties. Spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads
I've
her
watched
cheeks.
it 8 times.
This is madness. This woman should never, ever be allowed to be an educator. This woman should never be allowed to work around children ever again. And I believe that if a thorough investigation takes place, you can find something criminally to bring her into a courtroom for, because I've seen law enforcement put parents in courtrooms for far much less than this. If we can put Donald Trump in the courtroom and find something to prosecute him for, don't tell me we can't find something to prosecute this woman for. This is sad. This is madness. This is filth at its finest.
Yeah,
my man sounds like a Southern Baptist
like a preacher. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is he not a preacher? This guy
taking him to church, maybe.
Yeah.
This guy has to have some sort of church in his neighborhood that he preaches at here and there.
He sounds like some of the preachers I heard.
He had the rhythm, he had everything, the inflection. He was ready to roll.
I just love the descriptions of.
You know, deep down he liked it.
Yeah.
The way he was like vividly describing it.
You could see cheeks. You could see that pubic hair.
You could see the pubic hair, and it was manicured in such a way that's carefully cropped in a way. I think they call it a landing strip, ladies and gentlemen. Devious.
That was amazing.
Debaucherous.
I will say that was phenomenal.
So we got teachers drinking at work. We got teachers filming porn at work. What's next?
Yeah, man.
Remember we had that lady last year getting hammered on the job?
In
Oklahoma.
I'll tell you what, though. You know what?
Southern school's wild.
You know what would help her not do that? If they just paid them more.
Yeah, I mean,
she wouldn't have to do that.
She wouldn't have to be OnlyFans. She just paid her a little decent money, maybe give him some supplies, buy that chick some crowns and some fucking coloring books and call it a day. But no, you had to be cheap, and now she got to be stripping in the classroom.
I ain't mad at her.
She was juggling her breasts around a size 34C, if I remember correctly.
Did she almost fell over?
Yeah, she almost fell over. I did not notice this the first 4 times I watched the video, but on the 5th time.
Yeah, homie probably watched it at least 10 times.
To carefully analyze all of the debauchery.
Yeah, that sounds like me watching a football game.
Yeah. Gotta look at the tape. Gotta study the tape.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the X's and O's. I had another little funny thing. This will be of interest to our friend Lewis. Has a new, our friend Lewis with his coffee company.
Shout out Vamo
Coffee. But looks like he has a new competitor in the ring.
You all know I stand by the truth. And if I put my name on something, I truly believe in it. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to something I'm incredibly proud of. My own brand of organic specialty coffee, Rudy Coffee. Believe me when I say it's the best coffee you'll ever try. It's smooth, rich, chocolatey, and gentle on your stomach. It's so good, I even recommend drinking it black. It comes in 3 varieties, including what I promise is the best decaf you'll ever have. You can order now by scanning the QR code on your screen or by visiting rudy.coffee. By supporting Rudy Coffee, you're not just treating yourself to exceptional coffee, you're also supporting our cause, the cause of truth, justice, and American democracy. You'll also be supporting the Call to Action nonprofit, which is devoted to helping veterans and first responders, so you can make a difference and taste the difference by ordering today at rudy.coffee.
Well, that coffee probably is so bad,
dude. I love I really want to get in on this grift. Like just the conservative consumer product thing. Like, I mean, I remember back when the whole like Bud Light thing was going on, and someone made like, oh yeah, I'm making like patriotic lager or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and it would be like, you have to order it online. It'd be like $20 for a 6-pack that probably tastes like worse than Coors.
Tastes like shit, yeah.
And the coffee thing's been done too. Like, there's that, and then there's black. You ever heard of Black Rifle coffee or whatever?
Yeah.
Like that's a thing.
With the Rittenhouse kid.
You just get all these fucking rubes to buy a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You got 2 things. He said chocolatey as chocolatey, so that was terrible. And B, fucking first responders and all that shit. They didn't spend any of that money. His own party shut all that shit down when they were like, we're literally dying of cancer. Can you please flip the bill for this shit? Yeah, and Congress shut that shit down.
Yeah, the 9/11 mayor is like, the first responders, no, you can all die of cancer. Sorry,
and the third thing is, this is all going to,
He's just trying to make money. Yeah, he's just trying to make money because he's bankrupt.
Yeah, that's all it is.
The man's broke.
This man knows how to fuck.
Gotta make some of that.
He probably had to get loans just for to shoot that ad.
I can't, man.
Yeah, he definitely had to get loans just to shoot that ad.
That coffee came right out of that fucking thing, coming out of that fucking slime, right down his chin.
Right? That coffee's probably so bad, yo.
That's the espresso you get right there.
The espresso is from his
right from his fucking melting forehead at the fucking
his melting hair dye.
Creepy ass motherfucker. Fuck that guy.
God, dude. What do you think that coffee probably tastes like? Chalk mixed with cigarette butts, mixed with old Italian man sweat.
We've all had Folgers, dog. We know it. We understand what it tastes like.
It probably tastes worse.
Well, can't be Folgers. You just the instant shit, but it can't be that good.
That coffee's probably garbage. How much is it?
I don't know. I didn't look at the.
We got to go to Rudy
also,
Coffee.
No coffee company.
Yeah, check out the website.
Rudy.coffee, right?
Also, no coffee company promotes before the regular coffee the decaf. That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, what is that all about?
It was like, but the decaf is the best one. Well, what?
For all you coffee lovers that love drinking decaf.
No one drinks coffee that drinks decaf.
Just search Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, I found it.
Rudy.coffee. What is
this?
How much is this price?
$30 for a can of coffee. You're smoking dope, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
And they have the Statue of Liberty.
And like you see that's like picture of Giuliani when he's like 30.
And his old
and a bunch of mob. Oh, the mob that he put behind bars.
Yeah, when he took out down the Gambino family or whatever.
And it's not the Twin Towers, but some kind of weird futuristic metro town. It looks like behind. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of this, and the girl from the fucking Borat movie too. That's the blonde roast. Yeah.
That's bold coffee, $30.
That's a lot of money.
For how much?
£2
for 2 pounds.
That's not good.
That's about what Lewis charges, I think. But Lewis's coffee is infinitely better than this.
Are you kidding me?
Whatever the hell this is.
Maybe we gotta order one.
We should buy one just to
drink it live on the pod.
Although I don't want to patronize this bastard though.
Yeah.
You take a sip of that coffee. So
hold up. Look at him drinking from the cup,
if
looking
only they
like a
sold it at
gremlin.
Walgreens, we could steal some.
Yo, look at him looking like a gremlin drinking from the cup.
He is an upsetting looking man.
He's how old is he?
I don't know.
I think we looked this up before. I think he's in his late 70s.
Should be dead soon, I hope.
He looks like he's dying.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, nah, missy with that shit.
Yikes.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just going to do it for us here tonight, everybody. Please leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you get a podcast. Give us a subscribe on YouTube.
Hey, all y'all watching on Instagram that be liking the videos and watching, start listening to the full pods.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to check us out. Help us get our follow count up. Help us get our reviews up. Listen to us, watch us, tweet at us, do whatever you gotta do. Email us.
Yeah.
Call us.
Poke us.
Can you call us?
I don't
Tickle
think
us?
so.
Oh, we don't have that figured out yet. Never mind.
Number. I'm not giving that myself.
You could tickle us.
Yeah. But TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're on all that. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace.
See ya.